Hello guys, welcome to this video tutorial. In this video, we are going to cover top proven strategies to crack Selenium interview. This is part 2 video. In this video, we are going to look at interview scheduling best strategies and how to really perform well in the interview to get the job offer letter. This is Bakshu from MeritPros. Going further, join our YouTube family, click the subscribe button to never miss our videos and watch them first. Also like the video and comment on the video, it is really going to motivate me. Then going to next slide. Before going further, make sure that you are ready for the job search process. Make sure that you have a very good resume and decided what type of jobs you want to target. Also, you have prepared well for interview questions and you have got the best answers ready. We have covered all these topics in the part 1 video. So watch part 1 video for these topics and related best strategies. Going further, when you are actively applying for the jobs, definitely you are going to get the interview calls. Let's look at the best way to schedule the interview. Try to schedule the interview on Monday or Tuesday. This is not possible in all situations or scenarios, but whenever possible, you can say that in this week I'm out of the station or I have very busy work schedule, I cannot attend. So try to schedule the interview on Monday or Tuesday. With this, you can prepare very well during the weekend. You have Saturday and Sunday, so during the weekend you can prepare very well. You have a lot of time. Then try to schedule the interview in the afternoon. With this, you need to attend the interview in the afternoon time, so you can plan your travel very well, and also you can avoid any rush in the morning time. There can be some peak journey times, or if the location is very far, then you have the whole morning time to travel to there to prepare for the interview. So try to schedule the interview in the afternoon time. Then once interview is scheduled, then there are top 5 actions you need to do. So these 5 are the top actions. We are going to go through them one by one. First thing is focusing on the interview structure or process. Very few people do this. You need to focus on the interview structure and process. Know the exact interview structure or process in advance. You can call the recruiter, then you can ask about the interview structure or process. Don't call them too much, just based on emergency or whenever required, just one time, once interview schedule, maybe you can just call one time and ask about the interview structure or process or in-depth details. Or even while scheduling the interview, when you get a call for interview scheduling, you can ask at that time as well, but don't call them too much time. Don't show your too much interest. That won't be a good practice. So in a best way, try to know the exact interview structure or process in advance. This will help you a lot in planning and preparing for the interview. You need to know few details is there a technical test? If so, try to know the exact details or process of the technical test. Let's say that interview is scheduled, you went to the interview and there is a technical test. You are shocked. You don't want to be in that situation. So if there is any technical test, know about that, know about details like how it is going to be, how long, then what platform, then maybe about the program as well. So try to know the details as much as possible. How many members will be there in interview panel? If there is only one member, that is fine. If there are 2 or 3 members, multiple members, then the interview process is going to be different. You need to pay attention to every interview member. You need to satisfy every interview panel member. So you need to apply a different strategy. So know about that as well, how many members will be there in interview panel. Is there any group discussion or any interaction with other candidates? This is also important. Sometimes they may have a group discussion or a activity based interview, you need to interact with other candidates as well. So know about that as well. How long is the interview going to be? Know about this as well. Let's say you have gone with 1 hour mindset, but the interview went for 2 hours or 3 hours. So then it is going to be difficult. So try to know the interview period as well. Sometimes like they are going to take you through the overview of the company, or like on-site overview, they are going to take you through the company premises like that. Then sometimes there is a technical test, then briefing about the technical test, like the reasons. Then there is interview about more details. So how long is the interview going to be? Know the time period as well. Then going further, this is a step 2. Focus on key skills or areas for the interview. Prepare for the skills based on the job spec and your resume, because the job spec is going to give you all the details about the job you have applied for. The resume is going to give you all the details about yourself, like your experience, your profile, your skill set. So prepare for the skills based on the job spec and your resume. When coming to the Selenium, there are different skills you need to consider. So the first one is the Selenium itself. We have different components in Selenium: Selenium WebDriver, Selenium Grid, Selenium RC, Selenium IDE. Now Selenium 4 is coming. So be prepared for different questions regarding Selenium. Then core Java programming and OOPS concepts as well. So here we are dealing with Java. Even if your profile is based on Selenium and C#, then you need to be prepared with C# interview questions. Like whatever the programming language you are going with, either C#, Python, Ruby, be prepared with respective programming interview questions. If you are going with Java, then core Java related interview questions, programming related interview questions, and OOPS concepts related interview questions. OOPS stands for object oriented programming. Then we have hybrid automation framework and all tools used for that. So this is at framework level. There are different tools we use, there are different frameworks we use to build hybrid automation framework, like TestNG, Page Object Framework, Data Driven Framework, Maven, Jenkins, Git and GitHub, Extend Reports and Reporting Framework, Log4j and Logging Framework. So you need to be prepared for questions related to hybrid automation framework. Then, so these three are related to Selenium and web automation and hybrid automation framework. Then we have these 4 categories. They will be also asked in the interview questions. Lot of people make mistake about manual testing, like manual testing is going to end, there won't be any manual testing, but that is a mistake, team, because definitely manual testing is going to be there. We try to automate as much as possible, but 100% automation or complete automation is a myth. It's not possible, because whenever developers are developing a feature, it is in a very early stage, and at that time manual testing is must, because the feature is not stable, the functionality or the test cases, whatever, it is not stable. You need to test that manually. You need to feel as an end user, you need to use that feature, run those test cases as end user, and you need to evolve that feature. Until the feature is stable, you cannot avoid manual testing. Once it is stable, then only you can automate. So manual testing is going to be there, and you may get few questions related to manual testing as well. Then questions related to your projects, roles and responsibilities based on whatever you mentioned in the resume. There will be questions around that. Then questions related to SDLC, Agile and DevOps. So based on software development life cycle, which life cycle you are following, or related to Agile practices you are following, or related to DevOps practices you are following, you may get questions around that. Because even if you are applying for automation tester job, you are going to be part of a team, you are going to be part of a development life cycle or product life cycle, so you're going to follow those practices. So you may get questions about that as well. Then SQL and database related questions. This is also quite common. You need to deal with database, or you need to deal with the information related to database or SQL queries, whatever. So this is also frequently asked skill. Be prepared with SQL and database related interview questions as well. So you need to concentrate on all these key skills and areas for Selenium and web automation interview questions. Going further, researching about the company, this is also very critical, because when you are going for a interview, it's like you are genuinely interested to work with that company, so you need to research about the company as well. So on the internet, research about the company, then go to the company website, look for the news, look for the latest facts or whatever financial reports. Tell few good facts and news about the company in the interview. With this, it is like you are genuinely interested to work with the company. Also tell that you are looking forward to work with the company and with the interviewers. Interviewers would be very happy to know that. They would be very happy to hear that. It also indicates that you are genuinely interested to work in that company. Like if you go to a company and you don't know pretty much basics about the company, like important products of the company, latest news, if you don't know anything like about the company, then that is really very bad. If you get a question regarding the company or about a very famous product of the company, then if you are not able to answer, then that is not a good situation. Then you can also research about the company related to the interview. Like you can also research about these areas related to the company. On the internet you can find like interview structure and patterns, like any is there any interview structure or pattern or any interview questions related to this company or any details about the interview process. If there are details regarding those, please know those details. You can also research about experience of any previously interviewed candidates, if someone is posting about that, or if there are any blog posts or sites related to that, you can research that and then you can be prepared for the interview. You can simply search on the Google, then you are going to get related links. Then I have a question for you. Are you researching about the company before going to the interview? Just think yes or no. If the answer is no, please start researching about the company. You can research about the products or news or facts about the company and you can tell. Then you can also research about interview related details, like experience of any previously interviewed candidates or any interview specific details, and you can be prepared. Then preparing well for the interview. So this is really important. You need to be preparing very well. Make sure preparation mainly covers these areas. So you need to consider different areas based on interview structure and process. If there is any technical test or group discussion, whatever, based on interview structure and process, based on key skills or areas for the interview. So like, one second. These are the key skills and areas for Selenium and web automation based job, and here we are using Java language. So Java plus Selenium plus web automation role. So based on the interview structure and process, based on key skills and areas for the interview, prepare well. Then be ready with generic interview questions. Then interview questions for key skills and areas. Prepare for different interview questions. Then if there is any technical test, prepare for the technical test. If there is any group discussion, prepare for the group discussion. So you need to be prepared for all these main areas. If interview is scheduled on Monday or Tuesday, then you have enough time to prepare for all this. You get the whole weekend, Saturday and Sunday, you can prepare very well. Then performing very well in the interview. So this is the main step, the fifth step and the main step. Let's say that you have prepared very well, but in the interview you cannot perform very well, then that's not good. So whatever you prepared, you need to execute very well in the interview. During the interview, below are very important. So be confident and positive. Like whenever you say something, be positive about that and be confident. Switch off your mobile. You don't want like your ringtone or your mobile phone vibrating in the interview. Always let the interviewer finish speaking before giving your response. First, hear their question, let them complete, then you can start answering. Answer the questions very well with confidence. You don't want to be thinking about the questions, you don't want to be in that situation, so you don't want to show that. you can be like thinking or preparing your answers internally, but outside be confident, be very immediately answering to the questions, answer the questions very well with confidence. You should make them believe that you are the right candidate for this job. So this is the job, then I have these skills and these experience, then I'm the right candidate for this job. So you need to make interviewers believe that. Then tell few good facts and news about the company in the interview. Then that is going to show your interest in the company as well. Have few questions ready to ask in the interview, like probably at the end they're going to ask you like, do you have any questions? Let them ask. So interviewers are going to ask you like, do you have any questions? Then probably that is going to be like at the end of the interview, then you can ask few questions. So have few questions ready, and mainly those questions will be around your curiosity and about the job role. So you can ask typically questions like this. So these three are typical questions. What project or type of work you are going to work on, like whether you are going to start from the scratch or whether there is existing automation that you are going to work on. So you can ask about the type of work. You can ask about the current project status, like is it close to release or is it starting, like current project status. You can ask about a total number of people in the team, like how many people are there in the team, so that you can know the size like that. If it is like a very short team, like 2 or 3 people, then you need to work very integratedly together. Communication is really important. So have 2 or 3 questions ready. Don't ask too many questions. Then dress smart as per dressing standards followed in your region. So based on your country, your location, whatever the dressing standards, dress smart accordingly. Then make sure that you are going to win the interview from all the aspects, like technical point of view, communication point of view, attitude, body language, behavior. From all these points of view, you are winning the interview, because it is not just about technical stuff. It is also regarding your communication, your human behavior, your attitude, because when you win the interview, when you get the job, you are going to work in the company. So apart from the home, you're going to spend a lot of time in the office. Office is like your second home. Then you are going to work in a team. So it's like a human environment. You need to interact with the team members. You need to work in the deadlines. Sometimes like you need to stay extra time, or based on the release, based on the deadline, you need to face the pressure. So it's not like just technical stuff. You also need to win the interview from all the areas. So consider technical aspect, communication aspect, attitude, body language, behavior. So you need to win the interview from all those areas. Interviewers will be considering all these areas as well. Thank you for watching this video. Hope the covered topics will help you in your next interview. Also, subscribe to our YouTube channel, like the video and comment on the video. Then going further, in the next part 3 video, we are going to look at after the interview best strategies. There are really good strategies related to interview follow-up. After interview, how you can follow up, then how to maintain good relationship with the recruiters. Then there is also one more scenario, like when you don't have real-time experience for a tool or for a newly emerging skill, what to do. We are going to cover that as well. So thank you for watching this video. See you in the next video.